Hello guys! Today I thought I'll make another video about some of the families that are moving into my hood, and as you might notice, these are the Goth family, and this is Mortimer and that's Bella, but as you probably noticed also that they do not look like the ones created by EA, and that's because these two are created by 6am Sims. And I did have in my current hood that I'm playing, I had a Goth Legacy, and I was using the EA Goth Sims, like I had Goth Mortimer, EA Mortimer, and then I had the Bella, but I hate Bella's face with a passion. I mean the one that was created by EA, so I didn't enjoy playing that Legacy very much. I got to Generation 3 before I deleted them, and now that I'm starting the new hood, I thought I'm going to make another attempt in a Goth Legacy. And this house here, this is actually the new Goth Legacy house. I'm trying to show it to you, but I can't go too much further because then I'm going to hit some trees and then those are going to block my views. And this house is originally from Mod The Sims, and it was a really tiny Gothic house. It was on a 10x10 lot, but I wanted to have more garden, so I have this one on a 30x30 lot, and I did expand also the house a little bit, not much but a little bit. And the backstory for this house is that when Gunther Goth, who's Mortimer's father, became the head of the Goth family, Victor Goth, who's Gunther's father, he and his wife Grete, they moved to this smaller house, and this house has been in the Goth family for many generations, and it was actually kind of like a holiday house that they would come to every summer. But then there was this huge flood in Sunset Valley, and a lot of the people died, and this flood is also how I'm going to explain how many of the EA Sims actually live in my new hood. So when the flood came, Gunther and his wife, they lost their life, and they also lost their fortune, and the Mortimer, who should have inherited the original Goth house, lost the house as well because it was destroyed in the flood. So when Victor died a few months back, Mortimer inherited this house, and Victor also had a daughter called Frida, and she actually lives in the same hood, and she's the second family I'm going to introduce today. And as you can see, this is actually one of the few houses that has a pool in my hood, but as you can see, it's not in very good condition and it's really dirty, and there's all kind of debris there. And I'm going to show you the house now from the inside. It's not very big, as you can see. This is the greenhouse that I added to this slot, and as you can see, the stairs are not usable, and the reason for this is that this house was in horrible condition when Mortimer inherits it, and all these rooms here, they need to be renovated, including the attic. And the way I'm going to renovate this is that currently all of these rooms have a hidden room marker, which means that the Sims can't use it, and every time Mortimer wants to renovate one room, he's going to have to pay 10,000 simoleons, and then I will remove one of these hidden room markers, and then this room will become usable. So for example, if he wants to have this bathroom, he'll have to first renovate this hallway, and then that's 10,000 simoleons, and then the bathroom, and that's 10,000 simoleons. And the same thing is going to be done with the pool and the greenhouse, because the greenhouse also has the hidden room marker. The pool doesn't have a hidden room marker, but it has a fog emitter that I'm supposed to add some kind of effect there. I'd love to have a little bit of fog or maybe some other effects going here, but I haven't yet done anything with it. I just added it there and then I kind of forgot about it, and I didn't remember it until just a moment ago when we looked in the pool, and then I remembered that, oh yes, I wanted to have some fog in this house as well. So this is the Goth family house, and I did calculate that it's going to take him 90,000 simoleons in the end to get all the rooms unlocked, because the attic, I thought that's going to be 20,000 because it's kind of big. So, but at least with some of the rooms he will get something with them, not just a room. Like there's the bathroom that he can get after he unlocks this room, and then there is this telescope, and here you have at least a little bit of gardening things. But currently, and then when he unlocks the pool, I will going to remove this fence so they can then use them. But currently this little corner here is going to be Bella's gardening corner. And if you are interested in their status, well, these are their traits. Bella is unemployed and she has painting and photography, and I'm thinking that she wants to be a housewife and she wants to be surrounded by family, but because I am not going to give her any more children except Cassandra, so she's never going to fulfill this one. I'm not going to give her another child because I don't like Alexander Goth at all. I thought he was the most boring Goth member in Sims 2. That's why I thought I'm not going to repeat making him. And I'm thinking that because Bella has these traits, that probably her mother wanted her to be some kind of a really, really nice lady, so she made her, work on her art skills. But Bella is going to have to take a job because Mortimer here wants to go into science, and you have to go to university first, and you can't work and be in university at the same time. So that's why Mortimer will go to university and Bella is going to support him. And these are his traits. I did randomize both their traits and their skills when I made them. Well, not made them, I made them. No, making them is the wrong word because I didn't make them. I mean, when I created the family in Create a Sims afterwards, I did randomize them. I think the thing that's going to be the most difficult for me when I do Let's Plays is going to be, well, there's two things. The first is that actually talking and doing something at the same time, that's always difficult. And the other one is that even if I make a mistake, I'm not supposed to, redo the whole thing. Currently, this is the second time I'm shooting this video because my husband decided to walk into the room when I was doing the first version, and then I got baffled and then I kind of messed it up. So this is version 2. This is the second Goth family in my hood. This is Olivia, Samuel and Frida. And if you are not familiar with their stories, this family actually is from Moonlight Falls, and Samuel is Victor Goth's brother, and Frida is Victor's daughter. So she is Gunther's sister, and Olivia, well, she is Samuel's very, very young wife. And the backstory for these, well, actually, originally, if you play this family in Moonlight Falls, all of them are ghosts, and they live with some really nice looking black lady in their house. And well, I kicked the black lady out because she doesn't really fit my version of this story. She's currently a townie, and then I made these guys, non-ghosts, so they are now normal Sims. And the backstory is that he is actually a retired manager from the business career. I'm actually thinking that this is either, I don't think this is the EA's business career. I think this is probably something I have downloaded, but there was a nice track there about banking and stuff, and I liked it, so I made him a retired manager. And nobody expected actually him ever to get married. But then when he met her she was actually in Lucky Palms. She was kind of like, well, not actually an escort, but something similar. Because as you can see, her only skill is gambling. So she is a gold digger, and when they met in Lucky Palms, she was actually going to marry this one really, really rich guy from Texas. But then she met Samuel, and she thought that about what the sun in Texas is going to do to her skin. And then Samuel was so old that she thought that, well, he's going to die first before the man in Texas will die. So she broke it off with her first engagement, and then she married Samuel. And they actually lived with Victor Goth in his house, and Samuel was expecting that he's going to inherit the house, but then Mortimer came and he got the house, and these guys, they had to move in with Frida. And I'm not exactly sure about Frida's history yet. I'm thinking that Frida got this house that she lives in. It was actually belonged to her mother's great aunt that she took care of when she was sick, and then when she died, Frida inherited it, and that's why she has this house. But what I'm not sure about is that what exactly is she going to do for a living. I'm thinking she might actually be a pharmacist, maybe. I need to download her pharmacist career, and that would explain why she has all these skills in, alchemy and logic and science, but she has no degrees. And this is actually her lifetime want is to earn 3 degrees. And well, this is the other Goth family. This Goth family is the bitter Goth family, because these two are not happy that they are poor and they didn't inherit the house. She's not happy because she's no longer rich and her husband is still alive, and she's not happy because these two decided to move in with her. Well, because she is kind of, well, I don't want to say a pushover, but she is kind of like too nice for her own good. So when these guys were in trouble, of course she said they can move in with her, and now she has to suffer the most. This house is from Mod The Sims as well. Let me show you like this. And it was on a 10x10 lot. Now the lot size is a little bit bigger, I think maybe 15x15. And this is their bedrooms. This is Frida's bedroom, and this is Samuel and Olivia's bedroom. Frida likes to read, and this was her guilty pleasure. Her guilty pleasure was that she would in the evening sit and have a cup of tea and read her books. But then they came and they brought the TV with them, and now in the evening when she's trying to read, Samuel is watching his weather channel and she's getting distracted by it, and she's not a happy woman. Frida, I mean. And this is another really tiny house, but I like tiny houses. I find them much easier to decorate than big ones. And what I didn't actually change much in this house, except that for some reason the creator had made the bedroom. There was one bedroom and it was downstairs, and then the bathroom was here, and then the kitchen and the living room upstairs, so I switched them. And that's pretty much all I did. Well, I had to create this tiny bathroom because there was no space upstairs. So these are the two Goth households. in my new hood, and I don't know. I hope they are fun to play. I was actually, at first I was thinking that she is going to be really horrible, but then she has been actually quite nice. So my original idea of her being complete, a pain, has a little bit been destroyed because she doesn't act as the way I was thinking she should. But I'm sure she's still really, really annoying. Plus, she is a gold digger, so she has to be bad. Well, that's all I have for today. I hope you had fun watching, and see you next time.